All right, Fairs, here we go as we head into week 9. Let's do some updated power rankings after a couple more weeks. So this is after week 8. Gordy going to keep you down there in the number 12 spot. Exploded offensively and against an, at the time, hot Millie team. But pitching let you down. You know, numbers like that, you should do better than 6-6, which is what you got. You know, the analytics department, working closely with them on this one, suggests that better days are ahead. Peripheral stats from Marquez and Bauer indicate that, you know, things are going to get better. They've been struggling a little bit lately. Strasburg is throwing well now. If those three guys can figure it out at the same time, I think you can compete. Clough, kind of, I'm going to drop you significantly here. I just don't think your team's that good. Takes a weird loss in week 7 to Elu. Where there was definitely some opportunity to take some categories, and I think that kind of just speaks volumes for your team. I just don't think your squad can you know, shoot the gap when it needs to. A little bit better in week 8, 7-5 loss to Aaron. Wheeler good for K's, but I don't think Joe's missing him too much. Moncada had a great start, but he hasn't homered in over 10 games now. A little worried about him. Turner had like 5 bombs against me a few weeks ago, but he licks, man. Offense is hollow. You need good bats to win in this league, and I just don't think your team can cut it. Aaron actually moves up a spot compared to the last power rankings. Insane pitching peripherals-wise in week 7. I don't know if he was using an opener or something. He had like a .85 whip for that week in week 7, but only 2 wins to show for it. A nice week 8 victory against Clough. Had great numbers, but only a 7-5 W to show for it. Sometimes fantasy can be brutal. With the numbers you had, you deserve more than a 7-5 win. Currently in 9th place. A lot of teams still fighting for playoff spots. Lots of season left. Next is going to be me, starting from the bottom. Obviously, I moved down a spot. I don't know, kind of hung in there against 2 top 3 teams the last 2 weeks. Just can't get over the edge. Bats are waking up a little bit, but just can't put it together. You know, you pitch 1 week, you don't hit, and then you hit 1 week, you don't pitch. Just kind of the way it goes for me. No one wants to trade with me. I've now had 2 people say that we have deals in place, and then, like, the next day comes and they say they get cold feet. Ugh. I am sick of putting my ass out there, trying to make teams better, trying to make my team better, and fucking having these guys just get cold feet. What the fuck is this, man? If you say you're going to have a deal in place, fucking make a deal. Sack up. I'm sick of all these a-holes who say they want to trade with me. We have a deal in place, and then they fucking crickets. F you. Seriously. Jared's next. Hanging in there. After a rough start, Melman's currently holding a playoff spot, actually. Nice job, Jared. Week 7, battle against Trev, 7-5 loss. It's respectable against someone who's been in top of the league last couple years. Took advantage of a bad pitching week from Millie in week 8 to snag some categories, and he mopped on offense there. He's got Moustakas, who's having a year. I wish the Giants would have tried to get him instead of Longo, who fucking licks. The guy rakes. Suarez from Cincinnati's having a really good year. I ragged him on that pick earlier, but he's doing really well. Chapman in the minutes of a breakout. So is Giolito. Where is Aaron Nola, though? Still waiting for him to show up. Analytics department telling me that the spin rates are still good, so hopefully that can pick up. But he's got some young guns like Max Fried, I don't know how you say his name, stepping up, keeping him in there. Look out. Dave, going to move you up a couple of spots this week. Breaks out offensively in week 7, which is something that we talked about, but it's a soft 11-1 victory. Scott gave away like 7 categories that week. You should have won even more than that, but you didn't. Came back against week 8, though. Solid offensive and pitching numbers. No disclaimers there. Hats off to you, Dave. You move up. Trevor Story is awesome. JD Martinez is starting to show up, and if Rendon can stay healthy, you got a lot of offensive weapons there. Scotty is next, mopped in week 7 due to poor pitching from Dave and an offensive breakout for Scott. You should drop Posey. He sucks, dude. He's done. He's done. Sorry, guys. Done. He's searching for power. A lot of low average, high bop guys. Knew was going to be bumpy with the youth movement, but he'll hang in there. I think he'll be in the playoffs come the end of the season. Millie, love you. Can't really drop you, but I think bumping you up so many spots was a little premature. Came back to down to earth a little bit in week 7. Lost 8-3 in week 8, but the numbers were much better. Franmil Reyes, probably the best first name in the league, and he's also having a great fantasy season for you. Losing Glass now, painful though. You got 3 dogs though, so we'll see. Hang in there. Joe stays in the 4th spot. Solid numbers across the board in week 7. Weak offensively and pitching in week 8. He was actually lucky to escape with a 7-5 loss. He deserved much worse than that, but that's kind of how it goes in fantasy sometimes. His team's been hot. Just lost Correa for 4 to 6 weeks. That's kind of a bummer. I just don't think Brantley, Braun, and Gordon are going to continue their respective renaissances, to be honest with you. Braun's on pace for nearly 30 bombs, and he hasn't done that in years. Analytics department sending a lot of reports to my desk on this one. They just don't see this sustaining, so ride the wave, says, while you still can. Top 3 remains the same. Elu will be in the 3 spot. Lost 12-0 in week 6, and he bounces back with 2 good victories. 900 ops in 2 straight weeks. Pretty impressive. He's been really good on the waiver wire with pitching. Montas, Chirinos, Bieber. I'm not sure if all of them were waiver wire, but they're definitely fringe guys who are stepping up and making his team a force to be reckoned with. Alonji stays at 2. Week 7 had a victory, lost to Fleury in week 8, but no real reason to panic here. Alonso's producing at an elite level. Carlos Santana's quietly having a really good year for him. If he's strategic with pitching, which he has been, he'll continue to have success. Where's Bum going to end up, and is it going to benefit you on the fantasy end? We'll see. And Trev, 2 narrow victories over low-seeded teams, myself included, but the numbers were still solid. 2 MVPs on offense. We've heard this all before, yada, yada, yada. Still the team to beat. Good luck this week, guys. Don't be a bitch on trades.